Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go. 30 base.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing here, Lee. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Lee. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Lee on 1st and 10, and that is incomplete here. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
To throw on 3rd down, Lee. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Pick 6, baby. That's pick 6.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the ready.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, 2. Snap.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Schaefer under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
12 yards on the return that time.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled out that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
5 yards on the catch there brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go now. Action strong. 50, 50. I got go. Set, go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go, 950.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Back to throw, Lee. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. We're scoreless after 1. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. 2nd and 5. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Here's Jones. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Packers. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off play action. Schaefer. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 32 on the play. This is Grant. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely were on that play.
Touchdown, Packers! Travis Kelce, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they're going to stop him short of the 20 with a penalty flag down. Well, what's the call here? Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Lee looking to throw on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 32-yard line.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Lee now on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a fourth down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
He's crashing. He's checking.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Second and goal from the 1. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it third and goal.
Down, 18, Gator.
Today you are. Not today.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 26, check 26.
Ready.
Here's Lee to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Allen, the intended receiver.
We got this.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Got it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
You ready?
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Off the play fake, Schaefer. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Schaefer into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Ready up.
50, 50. On deck, punt. Joker.
Hard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before break. Schaefer looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Lee looks to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Lee. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Going deep here for Allen. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. The intended receiver there, Allen. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check, check, walk it before, go!
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33.
Ready?
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll run it with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 19 and a first down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Grant. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. They go back to Grant. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Throwing on first down. Schaefer trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Second and 13. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 2nd and 12, Lee. And it'll be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? for the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
80 weapons. Check.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. There they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Okay, ready? Check, Mike 54. Mike 54.
Let's go, D.
Operating from the gun, Schaefer. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along to control the clock.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 6-yard line.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Schaefer. It's Kelsey on the ground. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Under 10. Under 10. Ready?
This is Jones. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
64, weak.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Schaefer. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Tyus Bowser make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On now is the Packers punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this.
Hey, Zoo. 50.
Mark 50, Mark 50. Watch.
On 2nd and 9, Lee, he's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. On play action, it's Lee. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. This is caught inside the 15. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and that's caught inside the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Mike 54. Mike 54. 65. 55.
Now.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check.
Hey.
54.
Yeah. You don't want none. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Go.
They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Come on,
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Carolina, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so.